Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and today I'm going to answer some questions or give some advice about buying a used reel. As you may have seen in some of my other videos, I pick up a lot of reels at flea markets, garage sales, or from folks that have either given up fishing or can't go fishing any longer because of health reasons or whatever. So I thought I would show you one that I just recently picked up. And first point about buying a used reel is it's all relative, right? You get what you pay for. It's a price value comparison in your mind. If the price is right and you have some skills in terms of repairing a reel, then you can buy some that are a little bit more beaten up shape, and in some cases some of these that you can pick up at the sales are just ready to go fishing right away. But I can say, because this is some of the things that I do in terms of reel repair and the like, I'm generally looking at a reel that's got, I guess what the medical profession might call good bones. Something that's a solid reel, but something that is serviceable and can be put back into fishing mode. You might also want to buy reels for parts, but that's not the purpose of this video today. So what I have here is a reel I bought recently. I paid $15 for it, which is a good value. It's a Penn 60 Long Beach. In a follow-up video, I'll show you how to service this and bring this back into top condition. This reel has been around since the 60s, and it's got predecessors to it that probably date to the 40s, also in the Long Beach series, but this particular one is probably about 40, 50 years old. You can tell that by the Bakelite knob that's on it. The rounded shoulders on the reel as opposed to square shoulders. The older reels will have an etched side plate with a scene on it. This one simply has the Penn 60 side plate. And all of those were varied over time in terms of styling, but inside the reel it's pretty solid. First thing I look for is overall condition. Has the reel been abused? In this case, there's some surface corrosion, so it's a saltwater reel. It makes sense. I'm in New Jersey. So you'll see some greening going on, but it's not bad for 30 or 40 years. The spool has got tarnish on it, so that tells me that the owner probably didn't rinse the reel after every one of his occasions, but those things are surface rust and corrosion. We can take care of that with some mild abrasive cleaners. Next thing you want to check for is, are the side plates intact? Is there any chips? Is there any missing pieces? Are there any missing screws? In this case, the side plates are in good condition. And the reason why you check that is if you have to replace a side plate, it probably makes it a bad deal. Also, if you have a crack, but it's not a through crack, it could lead to the reel breaking under stress. And then the last part is, if you have a break or a chip in the thing, water gets into the internal workings of it, washes away the lubrications that you have in there, and it's a disaster waiting to happen. General condition overall, you look at check for the handles. In this case, the handle is in good condition. Check the back of the handle. That always tells you. Sometimes some people will try and do a superficial cleaning, but they don't clean the back of the handle, and that kind of will tell a story. But in this case, the handle's good. Got tarnish, that'll clean up, so you should be okay. Turn the reel. Okay, so the first thing you're doing is you're seeing, is there any kind of catches? In this case, the reel turns smoothly. Turn the reel with the drag engaged. See if the drag holds, and then back the drag off and see if it's acting smoothly, or if it just goes from one extreme to the other. That is, in other words, it turns too freely, and then it turns too tight, but there's no gradients in there at all, which is what the purpose of a drag is. In this case, it seems like those drags might be stuck a little bit. Here's a tip for you in terms of drag strength on a pen. If you look between the collar and the star drag nut, the spacing in there is the available drag. I'm going to just use this as a pointer. So there's some pretty good meat left on this one, because I can fit that through. If you see this star drag pressed right up against the collar, it means that the drags need to be replaced. However, be sensitive to that. There is a series of the Penn reels that has a cup that covers the collar. In that case, that's not an indication of drag strength. That's to keep some additional water out. So look at that, and then look at the side screws. Make sure you have all of your side screws in there, which we do in this case. Check the bottom of the reel seat to see if it's got any severe corrosion on it, which in this case has probably been left on the pole because it's in pretty clean condition. Next thing you want to check is the free spool function. Does it work? Free spool is advanced by moving the lever and then spin it. In this case, it spins nicely. So you've checked the moving parts, you've checked the drags, you've checked the cosmetics of the reel, and if all is in good working order there, then it's probably a good purchase to make. If anything along the way raises a flag, the drags get stuck a little bit, the reel spool might chirp when you turn it. It might be very tight. I've seen when I buy reels that this bearing is tightened down all the way, and that makes it difficult to turn. So remember that this is an adjustable bearing, so back it off a little bit. And I've also seen it when I bought this where they've tried to disguise the problem with the spool by backing the bearing all the way out. So just how does it feel? How does it look in general? Is there any major flaws to it that would prevent you from enjoying this reel in the future? If all of those answers come up the right way, then go ahead and purchase the reel. Again, if you're buying it for parts, then you want to make sure that the part that you're looking for, whether it's a handle, a lever, a side plate, make sure those parts are in working order. Expect to pay less. If the cosmetics are pristine, if you don't have any surface issues, if you have bright shining chrome, if you have clean side plates that look like the reel was probably used a season or two maybe and then just sort of put on the shelf, I expect to pay more. But at the end of the day, these are very reliable reels, very serviceable reels, and in my next video I'll show you how to take this apart, clean it up, and restore the reel, and then fix if there's any problems that weren't revealed as I went through my initial inspection. Show you how to repair those as well. But hope that helps, and thank you for viewing the video. Take a look at my other videos. There's a lot on the repair and replacement and restoration of Penn and other reels. Again, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Thank you for viewing the video.